Hello everybody, this is ALBER. Today I wanted to talk to you about some dance forms translated into the Digitakt, into drum machines and whatnot. And so one that works very well in an electronic music setting, in my opinion, is the Bossa Nova. So this is not meant to be a tutorial on what Bossa Nova is or isn't, because I'm sure there is better content for that. That is more of a tutorial on how you can translate that idiom, that dance form, into your machine so that you can make something new out of it. Okay, so what we're talking about today is mostly related to the rhythm part of it. I may make another video regarding chords, progressions, and melodies and such. But I would say that what makes it distinguishable, what makes the Bossa Nova distinguishable, is the drums. So primarily when writing drums in this kind of setting, I'm thinking about a drummer with extra possibilities, right? So I'm thinking about a drummer, so in those kinds of dance forms, they can get really complicated. Every single limb is doing something. So we're gonna try to have a part for the right kick, left kick, right hand, left hand, right? So the most idiomatic aspect of a bossa nova is the kick drum, right? So let's find a kick drum that works a little better over here. Let's see. Maybe this, a little softer, okay? So the kick, we can keep the 4 on the floor kind of vibe. What's the BPM here? 92? That's gonna work. So this is almost it, right? Something that the bossa nova is really famous to do is like ta 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 ta. So we need to add. There you go. There you go. Now this, it's easy to misplace the accent when you write stuff like this, right? So let's make these kicks on this last 16th of each beat. Yeah, let's make them a little quieter. So let's copy this trig. Boom, boom, boom. I think it could be maybe even more so. Maybe let's change it to the length. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, let's copy this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is close. Obviously, the more you go into it, especially after you add more parts to it, it's gonna make more sense to go in and change it a little bit more. Okay, so I would say that this is definitely the first item of bossa. Once we hear ta 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 in the bass drum, or any sort of percussion really, although this is usually played by the bass drum, that's when the bossa nova lights should be lighting up, right? Okay, so the second item would be the hi-hat pedal, right? Which a regular drummer, a right-handed, right-footed drummer will usually play with their left foot. So let me go find some hi-hat that could be good for this. I think I like this one. It's called sloppy for a reason. Okay. All right. So the hi-hat would always be on the upbeat, right? So given that nice and peppy dance form vibe to it. So yeah, this is like a sound that I made before in here, so it has a little bit of variation built into it. Let's make it a little similar, maybe a little bit more attack into the sound. There you go. Maybe lower in volume. Okay, I would say that this is our locomotive, right? This is the engine of the beat. You can basically already start writing a tune out of this, right? This is the bossa nova bread and butter. Now, let's add more to it, right? So step 3 would be a hi-hat, okay? Now we're starting to get into what's can be considered bossa nova, all the many ways that you can play. There is probably different bosses related to different geographical areas, because, let's not forget that it's ethnic music, okay? So I'm just gonna go for the broad picture over here, okay? Something that I like to put to complement, basically, as my third layer in these drums will be a ride cymbal, okay? So let's go here. Let's find a good ride. Let's see if I have, okay. We can work maybe with this, even though it's a little bit too strident for my taste right now. Let's calm this one down a little bit. Maybe a little bit less attack. Okay, so this will do for now. I'll keep working on it. Something that I like in the bossa is for the cymbal to basically mark what the hi-hat pedal and the bass drum are already doing. So if I have I like for the cymbal to go ta 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 ta. Okay, so basically all underlining what's already happening in there, but kind of like gluing it together. So that will look something like this. Let's bring this down a little bit more. Not happy with the filter work over here. Let's see. I love this feature, this newer feature in the filter. Very, very helpful for sound design. Okay, maybe a little duller like this. Okay. I don't mind this at all. Okay. So we have these 3 layers, and I would say that this is the more mechanical part of it, meaning that this is the engine of this music, okay? Meaning that all what we've done so far, these 3 layers are functional to establishing a genre that can be recognized as bossa, or bossa nova, whatever you want to call it. Now, the last part, the left arm, so to speak, that will be left to the snare drum, okay? And the snare drum in the bossa genre is kind of what can be more improvisational. It can be more prone to change, okay? We can do more variations with it. It doesn't have to be, on the backbeat or anything like that. So something that is very, very common is to put a clave on top of what is already happening. Now, what's a clave? A clave is this rhythm. There is many kinds of it. I will highlight the 2 most famous ones. So the first one will be ta 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 ta. Okay. There's another kind of clave. This one, the one that I just highlighted, it's called the 3+2. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2, and then there's another one where is the 2+3. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. So I like the 2+3 kind. It's maybe a little bit more niche than the first one, but they're all good. Or really, I'm sure there is a zillion other rhythms that would group very well with this. Honestly, when I'm writing a track in this genre, I like to keep it varying the pattern, okay? I don't like a stable thing because it can get old really fast, okay? So for now, we're just operating within one pattern just to highlight the dance form. Let's see. Let's use the live recording after I can find a good sound for, I feel like a side stick would do well with this. Let me find it. This will be good enough. Okay, maybe a little lower in volume. Okay. There you go. Now you can really start having fun over here, right? For example, you can open up the delay. It's always something interesting when you open up the delay on an electro machine, because the delay is always stayed up to the BPM. So there's always something that will fit one way or the other, rather than just a wash of sound. Very, very nice. Okay, so yeah, with this brief video, I just wanted to highlight a little bit what are the elements that can go and build a solid dance form on your machines. Now, obviously, this is not a drummer, as you know. This is a drum machine. This is a sampler. This is an instrument that has incredible capabilities, right? So I like to walk on that tightrope between sounding it like a conventional drummer, but at the same time doing things here and there that a real drummer cannot do. That keeps the listener more engaged, like, what's that? How do you do that, right? Until you figure out eventually that it's not a drummer, but it is being programmed. I like to be in that gray area between what's clearly not human and what can be perceived as humanized. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that this is going to make you dance a little bit more and making some more danceable music, putting your own spin on it. Please stay tuned for more. This is ALBER. Until next time.